All right, we are live. What is going on, Lions fans? The bye week is almost over, and after that gut-wrenching, embarrassing loss to the Patriots in Week 5, the Lions are back in action this Sunday against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the injury report just came out about an hour ago, and I thought it would be a good idea to look at the injury report and see what our boys have going into Week 7 against the Dallas Cowboys. As you can see, the article says Detroit Lions Week 7 injury report. 8 players don't practice on Wednesday. So let's scroll down and see what we have here. We see the players right here on the screen on the reserve list. The one that stands out the most is Levi Onwuzurike, a very good defensive tackle, a good run stuffing defensive tackle. I wasn't even aware that he had back surgery. It says he had back surgery last week and he is done for the season. So that right there is a big blow to the Lions team, especially on the defense. The other name that stands out is Romeo Okoro is still out. It says he's eligible to return at any time. Whether that means that he'll play this week, I'm not sure. I see Quintus Cephas on this list. That's a big deal the Lions are because the Lions are already short receivers, and actually now that I'm looking at it, it says eligible to return in week 10, so he won't be playing this week. Vitae is still hurt, and backup interior guard Tommy Kramer is still out. As we scroll down, you see the two players right here, players in the 21-day evaluation window. Jerry Jacobs, a corner who played really good for us in 2021, and Josh Pascal, rookie second round pick who has not played this season. We see no practice on Wednesday. DJ Chark, remember, we are short receivers. DJ Chark was not expected to practice. Still has an ankle issue. Whether he'll play or not, we don't know. Josh Reynolds, his knee, it says it's a new injury. Previous ankle did not play in week 5. So he didn't play against the Patriots. So that gives him about 2 weeks. Whether he'll play this week, we're not sure or not. Taylor Decker could be a big blow, but at least he's not injured. It says that his wife is due to have a baby soon. I'm gonna say that if she is due to go into labor Friday or Saturday, expect to not see him in Dallas. And that's going to be, a hard blow, especially with Micah Parsons, who we're going to be going up against because he's going to be giving the tight ends and the left and right tackles the business. Speaking of offensive tackles, Matt Nelson's calf, defensive end Charles Harris is out with a groin. Now, when I say out, it doesn't mean necessarily they're not going to play this week, but they just didn't practice today. Maybe they're feeling a little bit better, and coach is taking it as a precaution. As we move down, we looked at limited practice. I do see a bright spot. Running back DeAndre Swift had limited practice today. He still has issues with his ankle and shoulder. It says upgrade from no practice the previous 2 weeks. So hopefully he'll be able to be in there and get this offensive to get some type of explosion that has been missed in the last couple of weeks. Center Frank Ragnar with his foot, but I do still expect him to play. And I see Will Harris with his groin. Now he was more of our big nickel corner, and hopefully he will be able to play because not only are the Lions thin at wide receiver, the Lions are also thin at corner. And you see this tweet right here says DeAndre Swift says he's pushing towards returning to the field on Sunday in Dallas. He's missed 2 games with ankle and shoulder injuries. So we move down to full practice and we see a bright spot. Wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. We need some of our receivers back. It said he was in full. Now, full practice doesn't necessarily mean that he's not still hurt. It says right here that St. Brown told the media on Monday that his ankle was feeling better, but also acknowledged that these type of injuries tend to linger. That's what I'm concerned with because he actually, believe it or not, he actually did play against the Patriots, but he was very limited, not only due to the fact that Jared Goff was under pressure a lot, but I think that the ankle was still really bothering him. Hopefully, the 2 weeks has him back to, I don't know, let's say 80%, and then we see no longer listed with an injury. So I'm going to assume that these are players that can play. Tight end TJ Hawkinson, that's good news. Left guard Jonah Jackson, that's good news. And reserve right guard Evan Brown, that's good news because Vitae more than likely is not going to play this week. Now we look at their opponent, the Cowboys injury report. I know it's small, but if you look, the two notables that stand out would be wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. with his hip. He had limited practice, but I do expect him to play. And it looks like Dak Prescott was in full practice today, and I think he's going to play. Listen, if you're Dak Prescott, why would you not want to come back against a Lions team that really does not have a dangerous pass rush? A team that he probably won't be running for his life, and he can probably protect that hand. Hopefully, the Lions can come up with some type of a pass rush. Hopefully, Aaron Glenn has something cooked up if Dak Prescott comes in where they can put some pressure on him, maybe make him roll to the left to put a little bit more pressure on that right hand. But I guess we'll see. Well, there you have it, Lions fans. Hopefully, we get some players back this week. Hopefully, we can have a better showing. Listen, if the Lions can't win this game against the Cowboys, because I do think it's going to be a tough game, what I'm hoping is that at least if they can't do that, at least they can maybe make the game close. Maybe like Minnesota. Maybe if they lose, let it be competitive, 3, 4, 5 points, and let it be some type of give us something to have hope for these coming weeks. Because remember, we had our bye week early, so counting this Cowboys game, the Lions still have 12 games to go. And I actually heard something right before I started this podcast that the Lions was said to have the second or third easiest schedule in the NFL. Now their schedule is changed and they now have the second to third hardest schedule the rest of the season. A lot of that has to do with the fact that the Jaguars are not as bad as we thought, and the Jets and the Giants are actually looking good. Really, the only quote unquote bummy team on the schedule left is the Panthers. I mean, really, that's it. And I guess you could put the Bears in there, but I would still take the Bears over the Panthers. Anyway, Lions fans, I just want to get in here real quick. I thank you for joining the Father Son podcast. Son, he couldn't be here right now, but I want to give you a quick report on the injury report, and hopefully, some of these guys can come in and we can have a good game this Sunday. Otherwise, if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so we can keep talking Lions football. Other than that, that's all we have for now. Peace.